Hey guys, and welcome to QuickBooks Made Easy for Nonprofits Quick Tip. This tip is for May of 2021, and I am Greg Bosson, your fearless leader of QuickBooks. Actually, I'm quite fearful of QuickBooks Made Easy for Nonprofits. How are you? This tip is for those of you using the online edition, and this is something that we talked about a couple of years ago, but I'm getting a lot of people that really need to know about this again. And the topic is setting a closing date. This is a feature in QuickBooks that will, once you set it, it will prevent you from changing the books after you've already reported. Okay, so this is a really important tool. I'm going to explain to you kind of why you want to do it, and then I'll show you how to do it. So let's say it's the end of the month, and this, if I didn't say it before, this is for the online edition of QuickBooks users. I'm going to click on reports. Let's say it's the end of the month and you're ready to report to your board of directors. Okay, let me just get some data in here. I'll just do last calendar year. I'll do that. There it is. All right. So let's say you report to the board. Here's your financial statements. Once you report to the board, this is through December of 2020, probably don't want to be changing anything, all right? Because the board's already seen the financials. Don't necessarily want to change something unless it's like an audit or changing something, because, you know, it's not a real good internal control to show somebody books and then change them after the fact. That's not cool. So that's one reason why it's not a good idea to go around changing stuff after you've reported. It's also not a good idea to change stuff after you've reconciled. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go to the little big flower over here and click on reconcile, and I'll go to history by account. And this is where you can see all your old bank recs. I'm going to pull up an old bank rec here. This is a report. I'm just going to go to this $4 check right here at the bottom, and it cleared, but I'm going to go ahead and change the dollar amount. Now, why somebody would change the dollar amount of a $4 check? It cleared for $4. Why are you changing it? You know, that's a big problem. I'm going to go ahead and change this. It warns me it's something that's been reconciled, but I'll say yes, because what do we do with warnings? We blow them off, right? Now our bank rec's wrong, okay? Bank recs are out. See? Look what happens the next time I go to reconcile. You see, the beginning balance is off by $1,000. And there's ways they'll help you fix it. But the point is, it's not a good idea to change stuff after you've reconciled the bank accounts, and certainly after you've reported. So I want you to set the closing date. So I'm going to click on this big fat gear up here, and I'm going to go to Account and Settings. And I'm going to scroll down to Advanced. And you see where it says Close the Books? I want you to start using this, okay? This is basically a way to prevent you, or to help prevent you or somebody else from screwing your books up after the fact. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this. And this is something you should do every single month as far as I'm concerned. After you've reconciled the books, say we're in May, so we're going to reconcile the books through the end of April. We report to the board through the end of April. Then you want to go ahead and set the closing date. I'm going to click here to open up closing the books. I'm going to set the date. So we're doing this maybe May 10th or something after we've reconciled, but the date that we're picking is the month that we've reconciled through. This is April 30, 2021. Now, when we save this, it's still going to allow you to change it. It's just going to give you a warning first. I don't think that's strong enough. I like to allow changes after viewing a warning and entering the password. That way, if there are other people besides you, they don't have the password, okay? Now, this password you make up, and this password has nothing to do with the password that you use to get into QuickBooks, okay? This is a separate password. Make it up. So now, I'm going to go ahead and click Save. So now everything is just locked in place. And you want to do this again right after you finish doing the bank recs and right before you give the stuff to the board. So now the reports to the board. So now what I'm going to do is, let's see, I'll just go back to one of these bank recs here. Now, why somebody would change something, again, is beyond me, but we'll act like it's not you. It's some other fool that's doing it. So this is, look, now it's 1,004 because I changed it. Now, watch what happens when I try and change something here. Let's try and change it to, we'll say $20. So I'm making another change here. I'm going to click Save and Close. I get this warning because it's been reconciled, but now I get this. This transaction was on or before the company's closing date. Editing it will affect your books. Please enter a password. Now you can still change it, okay? You can still change it by putting in the password. But the point is, if you don't know the password, you can't change it. And you got to think long and hard about whether or not you want to do this, while you're sitting there entering the password. It's a lot harder to blow off, you know what I'm saying? So not saying that you wouldn't necessarily want to change it. In this case, we had screwed it up before, so I'll change it back to $4. So in this case, we probably would want to change it. But there are other things. Maybe it's not the dollar amount you want to change. Maybe you just want to change the expense account it went to, or actually maybe you've decided you want to put it to a different class. Okay. So it's going to let you change it. You just have to put in the password. I almost said my password out loud. All right. So there you go. And then that's what you would do each month. So at the end of June, when it's time, after you've reconciled May, you go back to the settings. And people get real freaked out about setting this closing date. They think, oh my gosh, it's there forever. No, it isn't. Just as it's like a lock, but you have the key. Just as you can set it, you can unset it altogether. Or as I'm suggesting, you just change the date and make it this time to the end of May, which I don't know why it's doing that. That's weird. So 5, 3, 1, 21. Are there 31 days in May? I guess there is. Okay, cool. So and you can change the password or keep it the same, whatever. All right. So that's basically what the dealio is. And I think that's it. So go to QuickBooksMadeEasy.com to find out more about what we're offering. But I hope you enjoyed this tip. And I hope that you are wearing a mask or have gotten vaccinated. And I hope I didn't offend you by saying that. All right. Love you. Talk to you later.